Hey, yo. What?
What?
What is good, y'all? Today's video is one that I've been meaning to get to for a while, but you know, your boy be busy sometimes. Today we are checking out The Worm, animated horror story by Don't Walk Home Alone After Dark. And the description reads, and this is about as much as I know about the story. A psychologist attempts to uncover the mystery behind his teenage patient's strange behavior and finds more than he bargained for. That's all I got, bro. I saw the kind of the thumbnail. It looked interesting. Here we are. Now, if y'all enjoy this, again, it's made by Don't Walk Home Alone After Dark. Go to their channel, bro. The link to this video will be in the description. As always, hit them with the goodness. You know that's like, comment, subscribe, share, lock it in by hitting the bell. That is the goodness. Hit them with it. I will, especially because it seems like they probably put out a few of these, so I'd be more than willing to check out some more. With that being said, let's get to it. Female mechanic. Love to see it. What's that? It looked like an old Honda. If it was me, Fox Body Mustang.
Hello?
Oh, cap, no cap. Cap person. Bro, I'm already gone. I'm not staying around to investigate none of that, bro. I would have went through the front door of the house. Hey, yo. Are we in her head?
Sparrow Moon was not at all what I thought she would be. I wasn't given much time to go over her case file before our first appointment, but from what I had read, I half expected some kind of uncontrollable monster to walk through the door. She wasn't anything like that. She was quiet and guarded, smaller in person than what I had imagined from her photograph. A perfectly normal 17-year-old girl. That made it even harder to believe she was capable of doing the things that she did.
And that is?
She was the last surviving member of the so-called Woodfield Five, a group of kids all from the same remote northern town who suffered a series of unexplained, at times violent, mental breaks. Clinical notes suggested some kind of shared psychosis, though unlike anything I'd ever heard of in my 20-year practice.
And you know it's more than meets the eye at that point. I don't care what nobody's saying.
By all accounts, Sparrow had an unremarkable childhood. No indications of behavioral difficulty, good grades in school, active social life, no family history of mental illness to speak of. Her mother had been part of some offbeat spiritual commune years earlier.
Attention to detail. They could have easily just did squid here. Those are actual words. I can't really make this out, but that might be an actual word in a different language. There's actual wording on here. Case worker August McLean. Hey, I appreciate it, bro. But you gotta take the time out to read, or at least look into all that. Her name, Sparrow Ann Moon.
Earlier, but had left that behind when Sparrow was quite young and eventually remarried. There was
I feel
nothing
like they
to
said
suggest
that,
any kind
dumbass
of
forgot.
underlying trauma or abuse. Though as you come to find in my line of work, that's not always so obvious. The only path to understanding what really happened in Woodfield was Sparrow herself, and that would prove more difficult than anyone anticipated. I learned very little over the first weeks of our sessions together. Sparrow was often uncooperative, careful never to allow the growing familiarity between us to weaken her resolve. I was not as strong. I became unreasonably attached to her. The endless medical diagnostics revealed nothing we didn't already know. She barely slept. The scratches on her arms were self-inflicted. And
I
aside
noticed
from
those.
high blood pressure, she was physically healthy. No one was certain about what exactly was wrong with her,
Does she eat?
and she was getting worse. The weeks turned to months, and I was running out of time. The courts had determined that unless I could demonstrate conclusive progress in her treatment, Sparrow would be transferred to an isolated psychiatric ward and out of my care. I could have walked away at that point.
A lot of
Probably
would've.
should have. But what I wanted, what I've always wanted,
No, I have the need to want to help people in me. I have it. But self-preservation is way stronger. I'm not gonna lie to you. Sparrow's case, after 5 people have some kind of level of psychosis together, things get a little fishy to me. Like, I should be dabbling with.
was answers. After all that we'd been through,
You the Alan Wake
she
type.
wasn't a kid to me anymore. She wasn't a monster either. She was a puzzle to solve.
You can buy one of those from the store.
Sodium pentothal can be administered to induce something called narcosynthesis, a state between asleep and awake where the subject is highly suggestible. In most places today, the practice is frowned upon. Normally, I would never consider such a treatment, but given the circumstances, my options were limited. I knew full well that this could risk professional censure, perhaps even my career itself. That didn't seem to matter at the time.
Who
After
administered
the
it?
injection, Sparrow was brought to my office. We were left alone, and I asked her to count backwards from 10. Though before she even got to 5, it was clear she knew something was wrong. Her breathing became shallow, and her eyes darted around rapidly. She began talking about a mist coming into the room that only she could see. She could hear a voice from within it calling to her.
Same as the beginning.
The drug had disoriented her to such a degree that I don't even think she recognized me. Sparrow's small size and chronic fatigue made the dosage I administered tricky. She drifted in and out for several minutes. When lucid, I redirected her, asking if she could tell me what the voice she heard was saying. After a long
Feed me,
pause,
right?
she finally whispered, "Little bird." At that point, Sparrow was not interested in answering any of my questions. She just spoke, and I listened. She said that it knew. It knew that was what he used to call her. The old man.
Yo, man.
But the
I was her
voice
dad?
wasn't a man's. It was something else. She said it comes with the mist, that it takes things from you and it grows, adding to what it's taken from others. It eats you from the inside. She didn't know its name, but called it the Worm.
Here we go, the title.
As Sparrow lapsed into unconsciousness, I was left with more questions than answers. I arranged to have her return to her room and resigned myself to the idea that I might never get the chance to understand the truth. That I had failed.
Or you might have put a target on your back. It could be that as well.
I destroyed the records of our last session to prevent the review board from finding out what I had done.
Hell no.
It was over. Or at least, that's what I thought.
There you go.
It was that night the dream started.
Use your better judgment. I'm waking up. Never made it through the door. My curiosity isn't strong enough for that.
Wait, come back!
Is this door a flash flip? Our knees, you gotta keep your knees up. I wonder if it's aliens.
Sparrow.
What?
What?
I was about to say you should have been right. Can't even hit that 40 on him.
Every time I go to sleep, it's the same. It doesn't really matter how the dream begins. Eventually, the mist will come. And with the mist, always comes the worm. Just like she said it would. You can't run. That never works.
Can you fight?
It won't let you. The best you can hope for is that you wake up quick. Before it begins to feed. At first, I told myself that it would go away. It could be a simple anxiety-induced aberration brought on by the stress of dealing with the case. But it was soon obvious that wasn't it. The nightmares didn't stop. I couldn't sleep, I couldn't eat. It wasn't long before my colleagues began to take notice. Things got so bad I had no other choice. I called in every favor, pulled every string I could, and arranged access to Sparrow at her current facility. I needed answers more than ever, and she still had them. I almost didn't recognize her at first. She looked strong and alert, a stark contrast to the tired girl that I had spent all that time with.
Did it transfer?
I didn't have to ask any questions this time. Just by looking at me, she knew all too well what was happening. We sat down, and Sparrow Moon gave me what I needed. The worm is some kind of parasite, a pathogen, an ancient thing passed from host to host, manifesting in their dreams, feeding on their deepest fears. It will not stop, always hungry for more. It won't kill you. It doesn't want you dead. It wants what any good virus wants: to propagate, to be passed on, to be fed. Sparrow tried to hold it inside of her, to protect others. She thought that if she could fight it long enough,
So when this started, she probably told her friends about it. Friends then weren't as strong as her. They probably ended up dying. He's the only one. I'm gonna just hold it in, but you got this doctor who come through, looping around, and now where there was one, finally just one, now it's back up to two.
would die with her. She passed the worm to me the same way that it had been passed to her, just by telling me about it. You have to believe me. I am sorry for this. Now that I've told you, I don't know when, but sooner or later in your dreams, the mist will come. And with the mist, always comes the worm.
Bring him on then. Yeah, bring the worm on. I figured when you pretty much had told us about it, I figured, yep, it's up for me. The worm about to pull up. Also, not scared, bro. I lucid dream. Plus, I be having nightmares that's way worse than some worm, bro. Yeah, you gonna pull up, you getting jumped by me and my worst nightmare, bro. We gonna be your worst nightmare. And look, all I'm saying is, I'll turn into a Super Saiyan in my dreams before. That is not a joke. I literally, when you lucid dream, when you get the hang of lucid dream, it's the most amazing thing in the world. It's like living out all your dreams, literally. Like, boy, when I say I turned into a Super Saiyan, it could fly, and I fell out the sky at one point, hit the ground, did not get hurt, and it's like sometimes when you wake up after lucid dream, you be like, bruh, I can't make things into other things. I can't do form of alchemy where it ain't got to be equivalent exchange, all that kind of stuff. I can't do all that, bro. So this sucks. But reality is always gonna be better than a dream because it is the real world. But yeah, bring the worm to me, bro. I mean, the first night he might get me. Second, third, he might get me. Maybe up to the 10th. But by the 11th, I ain't running no more. I'm swinging on you. I'm gonna just pull all these swords off my stand, throw them at you. We gonna be banging it out for 8 hours. Shoot, you know how dreams be working, bro. It be way longer than 8 hours. Look, this was interesting. I like the art style. I like the story. I like the voice acting. I like how it was kind of narrated to you, but also you're in it. Well, and now we kind of part of this story. But yeah. Hopefully there are no actual dream parasites out there. the worm is essentially Freddy Krueger as a parasite. But and these two didn't have a way to fight back. So I make jokes and stuff. There could be no way to fight back. Also, why you tell us, Doc? Why you snooped your nose into this, and I found your tape. Realistically, even if I found the doctor tape, I'm not playing it, bro. Like I said before, bro. I know where my lane is. If I'm out in the country, like out in like, I don't know, bro, where you see more cows than you see people, and it's dark, and you know I hear something out in the bush. One, I'm already in the wrong because I'm out there. But I see something rustling around, happening. I'm back in the car. We're gonna be in the car all night. And plus, if I go out somewhere out there, I want one of those flashlights. The flashlights that be like 1,000,000, like I forgot what the unit of measurement is, but 1,000 like we're gonna use joules. All right, it's not joules, but use joules. Lumens, 1,000,000 lumens. I want one of those. Something popping at me, you getting a flashbang before you get hit, and then I'm running to the car or I'm running as fast as possible, and then you gonna start chasing me, and you gonna catch another flashbang and another flashbang. But no. In the realness, I like this, bro. I'm gonna hit him with the goodness. There we go. You know, my comments is what y'all hear out my mouth, and I'm sharing it with y'all right now. So that's the like, the subscribe, the share, the comment, the locking it in by hitting the bell. That is the goodness. Hit them with it if y'all enjoy this, just like I did. And if y'all enjoy my reaction, please do the same for your boy. This has been your boy Reggie Wolf. I am signing out. Peace.